Well, one more short story. We'll take a break and then we'll wrap up the show.
All right.
A best man's bachelor party turns out to be the nastiest scam ever.
All right.
Before Dino Carter even proposed to his girlfriend, he asked Martin Galvin to be his best man at the wedding. Galvin repaid his part of the 18 years by setting up the bachelor party, collecting money from the groom and his friends for a big bash in Prague and a horse racing outing in York, then skipping out with $10,500.
Wow, sounds like a story I wrote in my book.
Yeah, or so he had gathered from a group, and The Guardian reports the British swindler, deemed perhaps the worst best man ever, was sentenced to 20 months in jail in the Teesside court on Thursday, in what the presiding judge called one of the nastiest and the meanest scams he's ever seen. That's what the judge said.
Oh.
The party goer only found out that they had been bamboozled when 17 of them showed up at the Newcastle airport last August. Ready for their 3-day Prague junket, they found they had no flight booked and no accommodations reserved in the Czech Republic. Red flags rose before the trip when Galvin blew off the group meetings, which is when he said he was unavailable because he had been receiving treatment for bowel cancer. But that was not true. Galvin's attorney blamed a gambling addiction and said Galvin intended to pay back all of the victims. I'm sure he did.
Sure he did.
And the lawyer also admits that, while Galvin never had cancer, he is plagued by a chronic digestive problem.
Okay.
The groom, for his part, didn't let Galvin ruin his big day. I picked a new best man, and the wedding day was the proudest, happiest day of my life.
Yeah, held in the back room of my apartment.
Right. He said in a statement read in the court. Okay, and that's it.
That's fucking, it went from being this big thing to being in somebody's backyard.
Sure.
That stinks.
Well, he basically took the money for the bachelor party.
Right.
But not the money for the actual wedding per se.
All right,
so the wedding could have been the same as it had planned to be. It's just that the bachelor party didn't go off like they had hoped.
So when it starts off with that kind of bad karma, do you give it any chance of succeeding?
No, of course not.
It's over before it starts.
And one last wedding story here.
All right.
The best man slapped a groom on the back, which is an old CYPRIOT wedding custom. Capriot?
Capriot? I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Which is an old Capriot custom. The priest punching the best man would be an innovation, but Cyprus police said Monday they were investigating an allegation that this happened at a wedding over the weekend. Police said the victim, the groom's 22-year-old brother, was taken to a hospital but wasn't seriously hurt, and that the family filed a complaint. A family member, speaking on condition of anonymity because the investigation is continuing, said the priest had initially gestured with a raised hand for the slapping to cease, then punched the brother in the chest and the face, and then warned when the warning went unheeded.
What?
Well, basically, it was the guys were slapping the groom on the back.
Okay.
And the priest said, knock it off.
So then they punched him? And
the guys didn't stop. So the priest just hauled off and punched his brother in the face. So he said that, let's see, how did it say here? The priest had initially gestured with a raised hand for the slapping to cease.
Okay.
Then punched the brother in the chest and face when the warning went unheeded.
Nice.
The family member says the wedding unraveled during the ceremony's dance of Isaiah when the priest holding the gospel led the group around the altar 3 times. With the backslapping continuing, the irate priest put the gospel down and unleashed on the brother.
What fucking wedding was this?
It's a tradition that I don't condone, but that was uncalled for. He could have just interrupted the ceremony, says the family member. He says, although the priest hastily abandoned the ceremony after the kerfuffle, the couple did receive a marriage certificate. The wedding was spoiled after that, with many people not showing up for the reception after the word spread, but we made the best of it, the family member said.
All right.
So the guys were slapping this guy on the back, as part of the whole marriage thing, and the priest said, hey, you guys, knock it off. And they kept doing it, so he turned around and punched the brother.
This is the dumbest story ever. Who cares? Why does the priest give a shit?
Apparently,
just read your fucking Bible verse and say, I do.
Well, apparently he wanted to keep order in the wedding.
Jesus, enough. Self-important fucking god douchebag.
I guess. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
If you haven't figured it out by now, it's Cypriot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. CY always has a soft C sound.
Okay.
What is that?
It's from the island of Cyprus.
Oh, all right. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was like some religion thing or something that I didn't know.
No. It's and nearly in the first line of the article, he even mentioned Cyprus.
What?
Or were you thinking about cypress trees?
Dude, I was thinking it was some kind of religious ceremony with the priest going crazy and whatnot.
Yeah, swinging from the chandeliers, speaking in tongues and shit.
Yeah, something could have been. I don't know.
And I was just sitting here thinking, man, Neely's actually gotten pretty good at reading these articles now without bungling every other word.
Taking a beat down, Neely.
That's okay. I've been taking my phonics classes.
Hail and kill. Tailpipe.
Hail and kill. All right, let's take a short break.
All right.
Then let's get into the real racism.
All right. Oh, that wasn't it, huh?
Oh, no, that wasn't it. That was just the lead up.
Okay.
Is there something you'd like to hear?
I would like to hear, how about some, do you have that new Dead Daisies record over there?
No, I do not.
Do not. All right. Go with, Motley Crue from the 94 record. And let's go and Smoke the Sky.
All right, that's a good one. All right, here's Motley Crue. Let's see here. Where's the Motley? Motley. There it is. Motley, self-titled.
Yep.
Smoke the Sky. There it is. And there it is. Okay, here it is. It's Motley Crue featuring John Corabi on lead vocal exclusively here
on your classic metal show.